Chosen one, this is not a coincidence. You did not stumble upon this message by accident. Heaven itself orchestrated this divine appointment, and right now, at this very moment, the Most High is speaking directly to your spirit. Now is the time you've been waiting for, the season you've been praying for, and the breakthrough that you thought would never come. Anointed One, I want you to understand something very important. You are about to go through a supernatural transfer. The resources, wealth, and plenty that have been held back in the spiritual realm are about to be given to you. This isn't just about money. This is about how God provides for us and gives kingdom resources to the good instead of the bad. This is about God keeping the promises He made to you in a secret place. The book of Habakkuk says in verse 3, "For the vision is still for a certain time, but at the end it will speak and not lie. Wait for it, even if it takes a while, because it will come. It won't leave. You have been chosen, and now is your time." What you're about to hear will change something supernatural. Get your heart ready. Let your spirit out. It is the Lord who speaks. No longer will you have to carry this weight. Chosen one, I need you to hear this with all your heart. It's about to turn the weight on your chest. The fear that has been whispering lies to you in the middle of the night, and the tears you've been holding back into powerful strength. We're not just wishing for this. This is what the prophets say about your life. Being on the edge of a divine shift means that heaven is about to move to help you. I am not just talking to you about breakthrough because I have read about it. I have been through the pain of waiting, the confusion of delay, and the glory of seeing God move when it seemed like nothing could happen. I've sat where you are now. There have been a lot of questions that have been pressing down on my spirit. Sometimes I feel like my prayers are going off the ceiling, but I also know what it's like when heaven opens up and pours out favor that you didn't expect. Anointed one, you can hear Jesus himself talking to you in this message. He's not leaving you the way he found you. Spend some time with him now. Let him talk to the part of you that hasn't said anything in a long time. Let him touch the hurting parts. Allow him to bring peace to the parts of your heart that you thought were too dark to heal. Heaven and earth are leaning in right now, right this second. God's heart is filled with the sound of your name. You were meant to be here at this time. This is the answer to your prayer. He is calling you home to a place of rest, provision, and supernatural breakthrough. Pay close attention, chosen one. This message wasn't found. You got this message. This moment in time was picked out just for you out of all the billions that have happened. In the midst of all the noise in your life, God has made this holy stillness to reach your heart. Do you know what that means? It means someone has seen you. It means someone heard you. It means that heaven stopped its beat to speak to your tired spirit. I'm not making this up. This is not a mistake. This is a divine arrangement. While you've been busy, Jesus has been waiting for you to slow down so that he can speak directly to the pain that has been following you for a long time. There is something holy about this break. You might have thought you stopped scrolling for a short time, but eternity had already stopped. You're not supposed to be here. You were asked to be here. Heaven and earth have aligned right now, not to ask anything from you, but to give you peace, clarity, a financial breakthrough, and divine rest, which is what your soul has been saying in silence. I remember the time when my heart stopped pretending. In my spirit, I heard the questions I never said out loud. Can anyone see me? Does anyone care that I'm having a hard time? Someone must have seen me slip. Then, in that honest moment, heaven answered. It wasn't with anger or condemnation, but with the kindest love I've ever known. God replied, yes, I saw. I always see. And picked one. Right now, he's telling you the same thing. He saw your heart start to feel heavy. He could feel your hands shaking as you tried to find strength that didn't seem to be there. He saw you quietly carry the weight so no one else would be alarmed. He also knew it was time to talk. There were days that blended together as you walked. You feel older than your years in the heart, and you wonder if life will always feel this heavy. You've smiled for other people while giving them advice that you almost didn't believe yourself. God has been close through it all. He walked with you down every hallway, through every dark night, and whenever your mind screamed in silence, he was there. But you didn't see him. You couldn't hear him. But he was talking through the silence and that tiny bit of hope that wouldn't go away, no matter how dark it was around you. You weren't good at that flicker. His presence was what kept you alive. Then he is going to turn that flicker into a roaring flame of breakthrough provision and supernatural plenty. God has seen your deep, spiritual weariness, anointed one. For too long, you've tried to be strong. You've had to deal with people, situations, and memories that were never meant for you to handle by yourself. You have sighed in your prayers because words were too heavy for you. You thought he wasn't there because of his silence, but he was never gone. He paid attention. There was no one else around to see him catch every tear that fell. Even in heaven, pain is seen. it goes back to it. And right now, chosen one, heaven has answered your prayer. Heaven stops for a moment when a soul quietly begs for help. Angels do not move. The wind hears. The earth waits for God's word, because the whole kingdom of heaven moves with the sound of one cry from his beloved. You thought no one could see you. You believed your pain was small and no one would remember it. But every time something inside you said, "God, please see me," he heard you. He heard the pain in your voice every time you sat still and couldn't pray because you were too tired. And his answer wasn't always a change right away, but a grace that helped you get through another day. Even though you didn't know it, he was holding you up when you felt like giving up. Anointed one, you got his timing wrong, but not his love. He was protecting himself, but you thought his delay was because he didn't care. In that silence, he was the closest to you. You thought his silence meant he was far away. That's not what he meant. He did work for you. He was shaping things that couldn't be seen and lining them up so that a moment like this could happen. I know what it's like to doubt when God wants things to happen. During a time in my life when I was close to going broke because of unpaid bills, locked doors, and missed opportunities, I cried out, "God, where are you?" I felt alone. I felt like I was forgotten. I didn't know it at the time, but God was closing some doors, not to punish me, but to keep me safe. He was denying me some chances, not because he was mean, but because he was setting me up for something much bigger than I could have imagined. When the breakthrough finally came, it was so huge, so full, and so much more than what I had asked for that I broke down in tears. Instead of tears of sadness, I cried tears of thanksgiving for a God who saw more than just my pain. Picked one. God let you get to the edge of yourself so that when you heard his voice again, you'd know it wasn't a mistake. It was him. You felt like you were forgotten in rooms full of people, right? There was a lot of noise, but no one seemed to notice the storm inside. When you were sad, you laughed. You were there for me when I needed comfort. When your soul wanted to be still, you tried to keep working. Though you thought you were about to lose all control, you've been holding on by thin threads of strength. But God has been the invisible hands that have been holding those threads together. Every breath you've taken and every morning you've been able to get up has been a miracle of his love. What does he see when he looks at you? Not your flaws, your tiredness, or your confusion. He sees a heart that has been through a lot and still has hope, even if it's not strong. In front of him is someone who is hurt, but not broken, tired, but not gone. He sees beauty coming from pain, faith being strengthened by fire, and love living on even after it has been hurt. He sees that the person he loves, the person he died for, and the person he has never left is now holy. One God planned this moment because he could no longer let you think that no one is aware of your pain. He would not let you think that heaven was silent while you were in pain. He could no longer stand to see you carry something that had been at his feet a long time ago. His message is like his hand reaching out to help you carry something that has been too heavy for you. He is telling her in a whisper, "Rest, beloved. You no longer have to do this by yourself." Heavenly Father steps in gently at times and quickly at other times in your life. Right now is one of those important times. He is getting in the way of your plans because your spirit is crying out louder than your mind can hear. You've tried to avoid the pain by doing work, listening to loud music, or even practicing faith out of duty rather than love. But nothing has been able to calm your soul. That's because his presence is the only thing that will truly satisfy your heart. You were made just for him. Not being able to settle down is not failure. You are being pulled home to peace by the pull of eternity. If you drift, don't think he's mad at you. He knows how simple it is to get lost in the world's trouble. He knows how loneliness can creep in like a shadow that won't go away. Fear tells us that nothing will ever change, and he knows this. But understand him well, chosen one. If you let him in, everything can change. Just being with him for a moment can heal years of pain. You can change every lie you've believed about yourself with just one whisper from his spirit. Meeting him just once can bring back things you thought were lost forever. This conversation has been planned by God for a longer time than you can imagine, chosen one. Every event, delay, and disappointment that brought you to this point was part of a holy plan. He has always seen the pattern, even if you don't see it yet. Sometimes he closed doors for you, not as a punishment, but to keep you safe. He wouldn't tell you the answers not to annoy you, but to make you stronger. Waiting is where faith grows, silence is where strength grows, and hope lasts forever when it makes it through what was meant to break it. There have been times when you asked God, "Why me?" And he told you, "Because I trust you to grow. Because I know what I put inside you. I saw a light in you that would stay on even when the wind was strong. I saw a tenderness in you that could love even after being hurt. You have not let me down by having trouble. You have shown how strong you are by sticking with it. You may think you're just getting by, But I see something much more beautiful. You are going to be anointed. 1. This moment is holy, because we're not trying to fix everything at once. The point is to see that He has been here the whole time. He is so close that the air you're breathing right now is full of Him. It's not just emotion that makes your chest feel warmer as you hear these words. His Spirit is telling you that you are not forgotten. When a soul cries out for help, heaven stops. You matter more than you think. No one else has the same name as you. He knows every little thing about you. He can hear the sound of your laugh and the beat of your tears. He knows the fears and dreams you've buried. He is also not far away from any of them. You have been wondering how long you can hold on. He is here to tell you that you don't have to hold on by yourself. You will be held by Him. He will make you stronger. He will make you feel calm again. This is your holy pause. Heaven leans in close and says, "You are not invisible." Choose one. Let those words sink deep into your heart. You are seen. You're getting it. You are being chased. He is telling you right now, you are loved beyond measure. Every step you've taken has brought you to this moment. Stay where you are now. Do not rush by it. Take a break here, Spirit. This message wasn't found. It was His goal to get this message to you, and it did. He told you that He will always stop for you, even when everything else is going on. He still lets you cry. His ears are still open for your sighs. He still does everything in His power to remind you that you are His. Everything in heaven stops what it's doing and waits, happy that His beloved child has stopped long enough to hear His voice again. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site, you are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. You have been chosen, and I want to tell you about my journey. There was a time when I felt like no one noticed me at all. While I was in the wilderness, I saw other people have breakthroughs. People around me opened their doors, but mine stayed locked. I thought that maybe God had forgotten my name. I wasn't sure if my obedience made a difference. But I didn't know that God wasn't ignoring me. He was getting me ready for a bigger blessing that needed a stronger base. There was no denial in the delay. It led to growth. When the breakthrough did finally happen, it was so strong. There was so much of it, and it happened at just the right time that I understood why I had to wait. If what I wanted had come to me when I wanted it, I would not have been ready to manage it. But because God used the time I spent waiting to make me better, I was ready to carry the blessing with wisdom, humility, and grace when it came. God has seen everything, chosen one. Every tear that fell from your eyes when no one was looking. Every secret battle and war that was going on in your heart. He knew. When you were crying behind closed doors while smiling in public, He saw how tough you tried to be, even though you were shaking with pain that you couldn't name. He saw it, even though you thought no one did or cared enough to look more closely. He was there when it was quiet, sitting next to you while your body was still and your soul was screaming for help. He heard every prayer you thought had been lost in the wind. He never turned away from any question that started with, Lord. Even when you thought you were by yourself in the dark, He was listening. There were nights when you couldn't sleep, chosen one. You were staring into space and wondering if God had forgotten about you. You were not sure if His silence meant He didn't care. You thought you might have gone too far, made too many mistakes, and strayed too far from His love. But pay close attention, anointed one. His lack of speech wasn't an absence. Being still wasn't a sign of neglect. He was so close you could almost breathe, even though you were crying under your blanket. He was there with you. While you said in a whisper, no one gets it. In a whisper, He said, I do. He cried when you cried. He felt every pain in your chest, every heart-ache, and every wave of sadness that tried to drown you. He wasn't watching from afar when you were sad. He was holding you in His arms, and you couldn't see Him. Remember those times when you told yourself, I can't do this anymore. That time, you didn't know it, but he caught those words before they got sad. He gathered them up like weak seeds and made them strong. Every time you told him you were done, he gave you the strength to go one more day. You thought you had the strength, but it was really him who brought life to places that felt dead. As soon as you told him, I have no one, he put his angels around you. He recorded the moment you said, no one sees me in heaven. You didn't even realize it was his arms that were moving you forward when you said, I can't take another step. He has kept you safe from Chosen One so much that you have no idea. That war you fought was real, but the ones you didn't see were bigger. He stopped arrows that were aimed at you in the middle of their flight. Someone said mean things about you, but he stopped them before they got to you. From the realm of the unseen, he blocked attacks with his hand. It was only when he let the pain touch you that he made sure it would shape you, not destroy you. Every wound you got turned into a way for his grace to reach other people one day. He was making something strong in you that you thought you were breaking. Holy One, I need to tell you the truth. At one point in my life, betrayal hurt so badly that I thought I would never get over it. I was in so much pain when someone I trusted left me. I carried it alone because I didn't want to bother anyone else. I had doubts about my worth. I wondered if anyone could even love me. I tried not to look in the mirror because it showed too much of what hurt. But during that hard time, God met me in a way I had never known before. He didn't fix everything right away. He didn't take away the pain right away. But he sat there with me. He was there for me during it. He slowly, supernaturally, turned that betrayal into one of the most powerful stories I've ever told. What the enemy meant to hurt me, God made stronger. What was supposed to be the end of my story turned out to be the start of a new one. Now I stand before you, Chosen One, not as someone who has never been broken, but as someone who has been broken by the Master and put back together again. In addition, I can say for sure that God sees you. He's always been with you. He is about to do something amazing in your life too. My child, there were times when you prayed, but nothing happened. When you cried, it seemed like heaven was quiet. But every prayer you said was like a treasure chest to him. There was not a single word lost. In the silence, he was working, weaving answers into the fabric of time and getting ready for blessings that could not be rushed. You wanted quick relief, but what he was doing was healing you for good. You wanted to run away, but he was making you strong. You were ready to move on, but he was holding you back. God knew when someone told on you, when they knew you could trust them, and you carried the pain without saying a word. He saw the times when the way other people treated you made you doubt your own worth. He saw that you tried to forgive, but the wound got bigger. He could tell when you avoided the mirror because it showed too much of what hurt you. He saw everything, and his eyes never left you. He never flinched when you were in pain. He never thought less of you because you were weak. He held you over and over again, waiting for you to realize that he had never left your side. You said, "God, if you are real, please just give me a sign." So do you remember that? Yes, he did. He chose a sign for you, but you didn't understand it at the time. The comfort that came out of nowhere was a surprise. A friend texted to see how you were doing. It was the sudden calm in your chest when you should have been scared. There was no chance in those events. They were him, because he knew your heart was too weak for big shows. He moved through the little things. You didn't need glasses. You needed to be there. So he came slowly and quietly, like light coming through curtains at dawn. Many times, you feel like your tears are pointless and will be forgotten. But God tells you that every tear you have shed has been collected by him. He has found all of them and kept them because they are important to him. They are prayers in a bottle, words your heart spoke when your mouth couldn't. Those words were never for nothing. Every tear has helped the ground for your future happiness grow. Each one is now a seed that will grow into something beautiful you can't even imagine. As you think about your past, anointed one, I know you see scars. You may wish some of them would go away, but those scars don't mean you failed. They show that you are still alive. They remind you that what was meant to hurt, you couldn't. People thought what you went through would kill you, but you're still here, breathing and loved. God was with you through everything that tried to break you. You thought no one saw you, but he did. You didn't feel heard, but he did. You didn't feel loved, but he loved you so much. He doesn't see the mistakes you think make you who you are when he looks at you. He can tell that you worked hard to get out of bed, even though your heart was heavy. Every small act of kindness you did when no one knew how badly you were hurt shows him how brave you were. For him, it was brave to believe, even when everyone else told you not to. He sees how pure it is that you want to love, even after being hurt. He sees a child of light who won't give up, even though everything around them is dark. Let me tell you a story from the depths of my own. At one point, I was at a crossroads where I could either give up and fall apart completely. I had given everything I had. I had said all the prayers I knew. I kept a fast. I had held out hope. I kept all of my promises. But nothing changed. The bills came through anyway. The sickness was still there. Things still went badly between them. And in that moment of having everything broken, one last prayer came from me. God, I have nothing left, I said. I'm done if you don't move. Though, I give you everything if you are still with me, see me, or care about me. Something changed in the spiritual world at that very moment. I didn't feel it right away. It didn't happen right away. But heaven heard my prayer of surrender, and God's providence began to work. Within weeks, doors that had been shut for years opened up all of a sudden. Help came from places I didn't expect it. It was healing in ways that doctors couldn't explain. And I realized that God wasn't waiting for me to have everything together before He healed me. He was waiting for me to give up everything and trust Him with what would happen. Chosen one, you thought God had left you because other people did. You've compared rejection from people to God's absence. But He wasn't like them. He didn't leave when things got tough. Even when you didn't deserve it, He didn't turn away. He stayed. He stayed after the prayer was over. He stayed when you didn't believe He was good. You tried to get Him to leave, but He stayed. He stayed even when you didn't believe He was there. This love of His is strong. It doesn't break or bend under the weight of your fears or mistakes. His love is constant, eternal, and can't be broken. You've been wondering how long He will watch you fight and wait before stepping in. But Anointed One, He has been stepping in the whole time. He has been with you the whole time, even on the steps you thought were wrong. The times you thought were delays turned out to be divine detours. When the doors shut, they kept you safe. The people who left made room for what was going to happen. He's not punishing you by letting the pain happen. He is making you better through it. Every hard time has been getting you ready for a joy that can't be taken away. You sometimes felt like you didn't deserve His attention because of the things you wish you could change, or the decisions you wish you hadn't made. But listen to Him now, chosen one. He still loves you no matter what you do. You didn't even know His name when He loved you. He still loved you after you left. He loves you even when your faith and hope are weak. His love is with you even when you are rebelling, confused, or hopeless. He still loves you through all the seasons. His love isn't based on how well you do. It comes from the way He is. He can't change because He is love. Where are you, Lord? You ask. He answers, right here. But the sound of your pain was too loud, and his whisper was too soft. He stayed anyway. His wait was just long enough for you to turn your head and see that the peace you thought was gone was still there. It was just hidden by all the noise. He has been with you every day, chosen one. He has spoken to you through the sunrise, the kindness of strangers, and the quiet times when you felt held gently. That was him. He was the source of all the comfort you felt without being told why. Whenever you got the strength to keep going, it was him. He was the source of every ray of hope that appeared out of nowhere. Holy One, you've never been by yourself. He heard every word, even when it seemed like your prayers were going up into the air. He was the one who made you feel better when you fell asleep crying. When you woke up tired and heavy, he was the one who told you to be brave. Every day, while you were trying to figure out how to stay alive, he was clearing the way for you to walk. He has been your silent healer, your protector, and your constant friend. Let his words wash over you like rain to heal you as you listen. Let them get to the places that are broken. Let them fill the voids left by breakups and disappointment. Allow them to remind you that you are loved beyond measure. He has never looked away from you. Your love has never stopped for him, and he promises that every tear you shed, every pain you carried, and every wound you got will be healed. He cried when you cried, and he was happy when you didn't give up. Heaven was happy when you chose to rise instead of fall. While you were blind, angels sang your name because you didn't give up. He sees all of your small acts of faith, even the ones you don't think anyone is seeing. He is proud of you, chosen one. He's proud that you haven't let pain hold you back. He is proud of the fact that you still have a kind heart after everything you've been through. He is proud that you are still looking for him, even though you aren't sure. He's proud of how strong you are, even though a lot in your life has tried to break you down. Now, raise your head. We haven't forgotten about you. You are seen by everyone. You are loved. He has seen every battle and written victory over all of them. You will have a bright future in the hands that held your tears. The same heart that felt your pain is now filled with happiness for you. Rest, my love. You don't have to hide your pain anymore. No longer do you have to act like everything is fine. He has always been with you. He has his arms around you right now, giving you peace. Feel it. Allow it to calm you down. It should remind you that you are safe with him. Storms may still be raging outside, but you are safe in his arms. You've cried enough. It's now time to feel better. You've been in pain for too long. It's now time to get better. He has seen all the tears and won't waste any of them. Soon, what was once sadness will be song. Things that were broken will soon shine with beauty. He loves you and has never turned away from you. Blessed one, I want to tell you something very personal. At one point, I had to decide whether to hold on to my pain or give it to God. It was okay for me to be mad. It was easy for me to give up. It was really unfair. The loss was terrible. Deep hurt. I held on to that pain for months like it was the only thing I had left. I worked on it. I lived it again. It made me who I am. Everyone could see how badly I'd been hurt by the way. I wore my wounds like badges of honor. But one night, when it was quiet, God spoke to me. It wasn't audible, but it was so clear in my spirit that I couldn't deny it. You can hold on to this pain or hold on to me. He said, you can't have both though. At that very moment, I realized that my hold on my pain was stopping me from receiving his healing. What he was trying to do for me was getting lost in my thoughts because of what he had done to me. I wasn't able to experience his mercy because I was so set on justice. I made the hardest choice of my life that night. I chose to let it go. When it felt impossible to forgive, I chose to do so. I gave up my right to be mad. Instead of demanding justice on my own timetable, I chose to trust God with the outcome. And chosen one, the moment I let go, the moment I really gave up, heaven opened its doors to my life. The big step forward I had been battling, aiming, and pleading for finally arrived. It wasn't because I worked hard for it. It was because I stopped trying to plan it and let God be God. I stopped wrestling with him and laid down in him to rest. I stopped wanting answers and began to trust that he was in charge. I gave up trying to figure things out and began to walk by faith. I felt a level of peace, provision, and power that I had never known before when I gave up control and became vulnerable. The blessing I got was more than just money. It was spiritual, emotional, relational, and yes, material. God did more than meet my needs. He was better than I expected. That is where he is calling you to go right now, chosen one. A place where you can fully give up. A place where you can let go of the need to understand everything and trust that God is working everything out for your good. This isn't giving up passively. This is not giving up. This is faith that works. This is trust at the warrior level. God, I can't see the way, but I trust that you are the way. This means, while I don't know the plan, I believe you are the one who made it. I'm not able to fix this, but I trust that you can. You don't lose control when you give up, chosen one. You are admitting that you were never really in charge. You're letting go of the tight grip you have on things you can't change and making room for the blessing God has been trying to put in them the whole time. Giving up isn't a sign of weakness. Surrendering is the strongest thing you can do. To let go takes courage. To let go, you need faith. Being able to give up takes trust. God is calling you right now to come to that place of holy surrender. Trust Him with things you can't see and believe Him when He says things that seem impossible. Know this, He has never let you down before, and He won't start now. Now, chosen one, pay close attention, because I'm going to take you deeper. Because you cried so much, God was able to gather them. He didn't let the fire burn you down when you walked through it. You have cried out for answers, and now He will tell you what your heart has been trying to figure out for a long time. You thought the pain was punishment, the delay was denial, and the silence was abandonment. But it was all just getting ready. He was building a beginning you couldn't see yet, which is what you called an ending. Every hard thing you went through made you stronger. It took a loss to bring about wisdom. Every pause taught you how to hear His whisper. Lord, why did you let this happen? Why didn't you stop it? You asked Him many times. He has also listened with kindness. But now, you Holy One, He will tell you what He has been up to behind the curtain that you couldn't see. That's not what He meant. He was making you better. He didn't hold back. It was changing him. You only see the pain, the broken pieces, and the broken plans on the surface. But He sees the foundation being built below it all. He hurt you to get you ready for what will heal other people through you. Because of Him, your heart could handle much bigger things than it had before. This is the secret of God's preparation. There you have it, the secret to supernatural promotion. God doesn't waste pain. He makes it right. He doesn't ignore how much you hurt. He turns it into your strongest testimony. Chosen one, a Bible verse, has helped me get through the worst times of my life. Part 61. Verse 3 of the book of Isaiah has it. The Bible says that God gives us beauty for ashes, joy for mourning, and praise for a heavy spirit, so that we can be called trees of righteousness, and the Lord's planting, so that He can be praised. Can you understand what that means? Every pile of ash in your life, every dream that went up in flames, every broken relationship, and every loss of money, God is about to turn into beauty. You are about to feel supernatural joy instead of the sadness you have been feeling. The weight that has been on your spirit is about to go away, and you will put on a garment of praise in its place. Not because your situation changed right away, but because the way you saw things changed. Since you finally knew that God wasn't punishing you, He was setting you up. He did not break you. He was putting you together. And every step you took led up to this moment. Anointed one, you need to understand something very important. The enemy meant for that pain to kill you. He tried to shut down your voice, take away your purpose, and put out your light. He didn't know it, though. But God had already thought of every attack. Every attack your enemy made on you was okay, because God gave the okay. And God only allowed things that would serve your purpose and show off His glory in the end. The enemy thought he was destroying you, but God was making you stronger. Let me tell you something that will change the way you think about things for good. Chosen one. They threw Joseph into the pit, but he didn't know that it was the first step on his way to the palace. But he didn't know that God was setting him up for a promotion when he was sold into slavery. He didn't know that God was getting him ready to read Pharaoh's dreams when he was wrongly accused and sent to prison. Every lie, every wrongdoing, and every closed door was part of God's plan to get him exactly where He wanted him to be. And many years later, when Joseph finally faced his betrayed brothers, he said something that shows how God's plan to save the world works. According to Genesis 15:20, he said, "You meant to hurt me, but God meant it for good, so that what is happening now can save many lives." Chosen one, what the enemy planned to do to kill you, God is becoming your deliverance. The thing that was meant to break you will now make you stronger. What was meant to end you will now be the start of your new life. There is a supernatural change happening in the spiritual world over your life right now. Doors that were locked are now being opened. Resources that were being held back are now being made available. Friendships that were put on hold are being brought back together. Things that didn't seem possible are now suddenly possible. You finally got everything right. So this isn't going to happen. Things are happening now because God's time has come. Pick a season for everything. Ecclesiastes 3 tells us that there are times to laugh and times to cry, to mourn and times to dance, and to break things down and times to put them back together again. The time to tear things down is over. The time for you to build up has come. The time for you to cry is over. Your time to laugh is coming to an end. The wait was worth it. There was no denial in the delay. The timing was just right. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-Fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. I remember being in the desert and watching other people walk into the promised land while I stayed there. While I waited, I saw people who seemed less qualified, less prepared, and less loyal catch their break. And I fought with God. I asked him if he was being fair. I wanted to know if he had any favorites. I looked at my life and couldn't figure out why giving in had not yet led to my overflow. I couldn't figure out why my loyalty hadn't yet led to my favor. I now know what I didn't know at the time. God wasn't comparing me to anyone else. He made me better for my one-of-a-kind assignment. Their breakthrough was meant to help them on their way. Mine was being tailored to my fate, and the things I thought were making me unsuitable were actually making me better. The rejection I went through kept me from making the wrong connections. For me, not having enough money taught me how to wisely handle having plenty. I was led to the right opportunities by the closed doors I faced. Your time is not the same as theirs, chosen one. Their journey is different from yours. God isn't late. He plans ahead. There is no hold up from him. He is getting ready. Right now. Right now. The time that was meant for your breakthrough has come. Not tomorrow, not this week, not next year, right now. The supernatural change you've been hoping for, praying for, and crying for is happening right now as you read these words. The big break in money is on the way. The healing is taking place. The relationships are getting better. The door is starting to open. The promotion is about to come out. Heaven is moving to help you, and nothing can stop what God has planned for this time in your life. This is your time. Chosen one, it's your turn now. Get it right now. Holy One, I need you to help me pronounce something right now. If you can, say these words out loud. Say, now is the time. My breakthrough is no longer going to be late. What God has said, He will do. He will do. I receive the supernatural gift that heaven has bestowed upon me. I'm not a victim. I am a winner. I have not been forgotten. Favorite me. It's not too late to fix me. I am being put back together by the Master. Do you feel that change in your spirit? Chosen one. In your spirit, the Holy Spirit is testifying to the truth of what I am saying over you. This is not speaking to inspire people. This is an announcement from a prophet. This is the voice of God talking to you directly about your problem, your hard time, or your storm. And when God speaks, things have to change. A word that God speaks does not come back empty. What He sent it to do is exactly what it does. The 11th verse of chapter 29 of the book of Jeremiah is one that you may have heard before, but I want you to hear it again today. Because I know the plans I have for you, they are good and won't hurt you. They give you hope and a future. Chosen one, this isn't just any promise. This is a personal pledge for your life. God knows what He wants to do with you. Not the plans that people in your past tried to write. Not the plans that your situation tried to force you to make. Not the plans that the enemy tried to carry out. God has plans for us, and those plans are for wealth, not poverty. His plans are not sad, but full of hope. There is a way forward in His plans, not a way back. Everything you've been through has brought you to this point where the stars are aligned. The fights were not pointless. The pain had a reason for being there. The delay did not hurt anything. All of this was part of God's plan for the supernatural breakthrough that is happening now. I have stood where you are now, blessed one. I have felt the crushing weight of not having enough money. I know the pain of prayers that aren't answered. There have been times when it was so dark that I couldn't see my hand in front of my face. There have also been times when God showed up when I least expected it and provided in ways I could never have imagined. I've seen Him turn my mourning into dancing, my ashes into beauty, and my test into proof. As proof, I stand here today to say that what God did for me, He is about to do for you too. The exact amount of money I had at one point was seven. The bills were past due. The rent was not paid on time. My car's gas gauge was dead. A lot of people calling from creditors, and I just sat in my car and cried. There were sobs that were so deep they hurt your gut. God, I have been good. I said, I have done what you asked. Even when I didn't have the money, I gave tithers. I planted even when my own field wasn't wet. During the storm, I praised you. I prayed to you in the middle of nowhere. Where is the harvest you said you would give us? As I sat there, broken and empty, I heard Him say in my spirit, watch what I'm about to do. Even though I couldn't hear it, I knew it was there, because it was so clear and distinct. And I chose one at that very moment. Personally, nothing had changed in my life, but I chose to believe Him. Even though my bank account said it had no money in it, I chose to trust Him. I chose to worship Him, even though I had a lot of reasons to be upset. Within 72 hours, I got 3 checks in the mail from people I had forgotten about. A chance to work. The company I had interviewed with months before called me back with an offer that was twice as good as what I had asked for. A debt I thought I would have to pay for years was suddenly and mysteriously forgiven by the person who owed me the money. I had been praying for a big break in my finances, and it came in really quickly. It came in like a flood of divine provision. I didn't get it because I was special or because I finally earned it. God's time had come, and heaven and earth move to match what God says when He says it's time. Yes, that's where you are now, Most Holy One. You are almost there with your 72-hour miracle. You're standing on the edge of your suddenly. You've had enough of waiting. Your name is going to be called soon. The big step forward you've been working toward is about to happen. The help you've been praying for is about to come to you. The healing you've been hoping for is about to come true. When you knock on doors, they'll soon swing open wide. But, chosen one, I need you to do something very important. It's time for you to change your posture from one of ask to one of receiving. Don't beg God to do something He has already let you do. Start telling Him you appreciate what He's already done. Don't question whether it will happen. Say out loud that it's happening. Hope that God will move is not faith. Faith is knowing that God is at work and getting ready to receive what He gives you. The woman with the problem of blood in Mark 5 did not wait around her house in case Jesus came by one day. She pushed her way through the crowd when she heard He was in town. It was impossible for her to stop. She ignored all the voices that told her she was dirty, unworthy, and not welcome. Instead, she told herself, "If I can just touch the hem of His garment, I will be made whole." That's living faith, chosen one. That's the mindset of a breakthrough. She was healed right away when she touched Him, because power flowed from Him to her. Through this message, you are touching the bottom of His shirt right now. It takes faith for you to reach out, and I tell you that right now. Power is coming down from heaven to help you. This is the same power that healed the sick, opened blind eyes, made the lame walk, and raised the dead. It's flowing into your money, health, relationships, mind, and future. Take it now, chosen one. You're not reading this by mistake. These words are not happening by accident. This is your chance to be a prophet. This is the time you were given. This is what heaven says about your life. Now is finally the time. The time of year has changed. Now that your breakthrough is here, nothing in hell or on earth can stop what God has planned for you. Take it now, chosen one. Believe in it. Take it with thanksgiving. Expect it when you receive it. Right now, the supernatural transfer is taking place. It's done. The job is done. You can have it. Yes, chosen one, today. You heard the voice of God speak directly to your spirit. This wasn't fun or games. This wasn't a reason. We believe that God was involved. What happened was supernatural, and it was planned by God's throne room. Something changed in the spiritual world over your life as soon as you played this message. Angels were given their jobs. Locked doors started to open. Things that were being held back started to flow. It started for blessings that were stored in the heavenly realm to come down to your world. Right now, you are in your Kairos moment, the time that God chose for you. This is not Chronos time, which is the normal tick of the clock that tells you the time in seconds and minutes. You are living in Kairos time, which is when God's perfect timing comes crashing into your life with supernatural force. The transfer of supernatural power has already begun. It's not coming tomorrow. It's not coming next week. It's happening right now as you read these words, hear this statement, and let what heaven is letting out over you into your heart. I declare over you right now, Anointed One, that no one can take back what God has said. What heaven has given up, hell can't take back. The enemy can't change what the Father has planned. The big step forward is yours. Feel free to use the provision. You can get better. It is yours to restore. The job is yours now. You have the supernatural wealth. You have God's blessing. The job is done. It's done. He sealed it with his blood. Get it now in time for Thanksgiving. Expect it when you receive it. Take it with faith, because you know that God doesn't lie, and that his promises always come true. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit Community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall. Share your heart. And as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now, join the family, and see your heavens open. As you leave this message, chosen one, don't doubt again. Don't go back to fear. Do not go back to the old way of thinking about lack and limits. This word has marked you. You've been touched by the Holy Spirit. You have changed because of the living God's Spirit. The person you were before this video is not the same person you are now. Your spirit has changed in some way. Somewhere in heaven, something has broken. Over your bloodline, something has been let out. And you have to walk in line with what heaven has said about you. You carry the anointing with you. Heaven has marked you. You have a lot of blessings. You were picked for this moment. You have been chosen for this time. Follow that truth. Live in that truth. Say it with your mouth. Deep down, you should believe it. What you think about yourself, your life, and your future will change because of it. Let's seal this moment with a holy act of faith before you leave. If this message moved you, or if you felt God's presence through these words, please let me know in the comments. I receive the supernatural transfer. That statement should become your deal with heaven. Also, send this message to someone you know who is about to make a big step forward. You could be the one God uses to change their whole future. May the Lord's peace be with you. May His face shine on you. May His hand lead you. May His peace keep your mind and heart safe. May all of His provision flow into your life. You are lucky, chosen one. God bless you as you walk into your breakthrough. Yes. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected, faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment, a place where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided e-books and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.